Okay, welcome back to InsideFlix. What we're going to be doing is our weekly box office report. It was the 4-day box office weekend, the 4th of July weekend. So, Rich, tell us which movies made the top 5.
Minions came in number 1 with $123 million, dominated the weekend with a huge opening, doing much better than we expected. Number 2 was Top Gun Maverick with $32.2 million. Elvis came in number 3 with $23.5 million. Jurassic World came in number 4 with $19.6 million. And the Ethan Hawke horror film, The Black Phone, came in number 5 with $14.1 million.
Okay, let's talk about Minions: The Rise of Gru. Like you were saying, Rich, it made $125.1 million over the 4-day weekend.
123.
123 and 107 over the 3-day weekend.
Right.
So this smashed records. This apparently became the highest film opening ever for the 4th of July weekend, right, overtaking the previous record holder, 2011 blockbuster Transformers: Dark of the Moon. This came as a shock to me because we all agree that we thought this was going to be a kind of a slow weekend.
Well,
and
pretty much due to Buzz Lightyear's opening, we thought.
And just like the rest of the animated films that came out earlier this year, I mean, they kind of, they've been around that 50, 60 million mark. But this is a giant surprise and a giant number. What's your thoughts?
I knew the movie was going to be number 1. I just did not expect it to be number 1 by this much. But it shouldn't be any surprise because, I mean, the 3 previous films in this franchise have made pretty much $1 billion, some over $1 billion. So I personally just thought that people were kind of getting over the Minions and people were kind of moving on. But, again, the last 3 have made $1 billion. And every time I went to the movie theater and they played a trailer for this, like the whole audience, adults and children, would go wild in laughter. So, I mean, maybe I should have realized that people aren't over this. And also the whole meme TikTok thing, I think also gave it a boost.
Yes, definitely.
I don't really know how to explain what the hell was going on because I don't even. I don't know. Minions is an old franchise. This, the first one came out I think in 2010 or 2009, something like that. So I mean, people watched it when they were kids, and now they're adults and they're into TikTok and memes.
Well, they're now teenagers, right? So they're now like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This age group is on TikTok, and now this viral video or meme has taken over. And
I think that was a Friday effect because the Friday opening was 48 million. And it dropped on Saturday and throughout.
Well, they wanted to go on the first day, and it seems like this younger teenage demographic, they kind of was raised on Minions, and I guess really this is their Toy Story franchise. This is this is the franchise they grew up on. But I really thought that, families were going to stay home for the weekend because 4th of July took place on Monday. I thought families were going to stay home for the extended weekend.
Or travel.
You got, like I said, you got rising gas prices and high consumer prices. And I thought all that is going to take effect with their pocketbooks. But no, it really seems like families and especially young teenage audiences went out to see this movie in droves. Mm-hmm. And it just proves that Lightyear is a complete flop.
Yeah.
Because that movie just did not connect with moviegoers.
Yeah, and Minions: Rise of Gru, just in its opening weekend, has already made more than Lightyear has worldwide.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Minions is just a phenomenon.
And Lightyear is just a massive failure.
Yeah. But Minions, I mean, I just really can't explain it. And maybe that's because I'm just an old person now, and it's not my demographic.
Sure. But yeah, like Raymond said, internationally it made $93 million and worldwide total is $216 million. And the score on Rotten Tomatoes is pretty impressive too. I mean, 73 from regular tomato meter and 91% audience score. So
yeah, it's getting better reviews than the new Thor movie.
Yeah.
So let's say you're the promoters of Paul's or Fury or even the DC Pets movie, which is these 2 big animated films that are coming up. Mm-hmm. Do you put all your campaign on TikTok?
Absolutely. I mean, do some kind of like promotion throughout
social media.
Yeah. I mean, have
Instagram and all
their
that.
Younger actors involved in it start doing their own promo.
Do people care about the actors, or do they just want to see these cartoon characters like do weird things?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Well, I think Paws of Fury is going to be a complete failure. It looks like a movie that shouldn't even be going to theaters. It looks like something that should be being dropped on streaming, like today's equivalent of direct to DVD. It does not look like something that kids are going to want to watch. Or at least I think so. At least that's what I think. DC Super Pets is definitely not going to make Minions money, but I think it's going to do well enough for what it is because it looks pretty cheap.
It's surprising you said that because I would say just a week ago the DC Super Pets would have been huge. Would make more money than Minions. But it seems like Minions is going to be one of the bigger films of the year, or one of the bigger films of the summer.
Yeah, I think it's going to be probably the second film this year to reach $1 billion.
Yeah, exactly. Rich, tell us the rest of the movies that made the top 10.
Like we mentioned before, Lightyear came in number 6 with 7.6 million, and it dropped over 60%. So yeah, that's the nail in the coffin for that one. It's gone.
It's out of theaters.
It's gone.
It's going to be getting announced.
Dollar theaters
Disney Plus soon. Coming number 7 is Mr. Malcolm's List with a little over $1 million. So for Bleecker Street, I think that's impressive. Number 8 is Everything Everywhere All at Once, was came in under $1 million, and so did Doctor Strange, who came in 9, and GRU came in number 10.
Let's talk about, just really quick, about Top Gun Maverick, because it dropped only 12%, and it's still number 2. That's a big impressive number for, what is this, the 6th week?
Yes, the 6th week, and also it just went over $570 million domestically. So,
and it crossed over $1 billion already.
Yeah.
So it's a bona fide blockbuster, and people went to see it this weekend.
Yeah, I mean,
for the 4th of July.
And coming in number 3 was Elvis, and it dropped 40%. I think it's still strong enough to be considered a decent hit. I mean,
yeah,
making 71 million drop total. I mean, it might have its legs, and I wouldn't be surprised if it lasts at least 3 more weeks in the top 5.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about what's coming out this Friday, this weekend.
Thor: Love and Thunder seems to be the only big movie coming out, and it's getting, let's say, decent reviews. 71% so far on Tomato Meter, and
surprisingly mixed reviews, right? I mean, I think the initial reviews that came out was that it was not as good as Thor: Ragnarok, which I thought it was a surprise because I thought for sure this was going to be a bigger movie, more impressive movie. You got bigger stars, Christian Bale, and all them. But yeah, what's your thoughts on Thor?
Yeah, everyone's going to go see it. I mean, it's going to be
despite the mixed reviews.
Yeah, it's going to have a huge weekend. It's officially the summer. Thor has got to make some money. It's Marvel.
Yeah, like Rich, I think this is going to be a massive hit. I don't think the mixed reviews are going to affect it at all. I think a lot of people, because these movies are so big, I think a lot of people just don't even look at that. And even the ones that do, it's just, it doesn't matter. These movies are critic proof. Mm-hmm. At least at this point, they still are. And I'm expecting the movie to actually make over 200 million, which I know is a lot. But I mean, Multiverse of Madness was able to make 185 million. And I don't know. I just think Thor being an OG kind of Avenger, like the last Avenger we have, and the fact that this movie is bringing in the Guardians, and you see the uptick that the Thor movies had, over the years. Mm-hmm. The first Thor, I believe, made 65 million. The second one made 85, and then Thor Ragnarok made, I think, like 120 or 130. And Doctor Strange made 65 million the opening weekend, the first one, and then the second Doctor Strange, because you added Wanda, because you add all these other MCU things, it gets 185 opening weekend. This feels more like a safe bet. You have an OG Avenger and you have the Guardians. I think this is going to make not as much as Spider-Man No Way Home, but I think it's going to make like 220. Yeah.
I think it's going to be around 200, like you, and unlike Doctor Strange being non-kid friendly, this one is definitely kid friendly, and I think it's going to even help with rewatchables. So
like Spider-Man.
And I wouldn't be surprised if this one hits $1 billion, and almost as fast as Top Gun, or even more faster.
Well, I'll be more conservative, but I would say this is going to make a little bit less than Doctor Strange 2. So I say this is about 175. Now, I don't have a great record. I've been missing the mark the last couple of weeks, so I don't place your bets on what I say. We're just making guesses here.
Yeah, of course.
And we, this is funny because specifically this year, has become an unpredictable year, and just kind of out of nowhere surprises. Minions, Top Gun Maverick. So I would say this one might be another surprise where Thor.
But Minions shouldn't have been a surprise. Like we were all expecting,
But it was a long
setting in.
time. It was, like you said, it sat in there for a long time. So we didn't expect it to be.
But Top Gun also sat there for a long time.
That's what I was going to say. We didn't expect it to be another Top Gun quickly.
I would say Lightyear is a surprise that it didn't make any. Well, it did make some money, but it wasn't.
I was expecting it to do pretty crappy, but not this crappy. But
yeah. Look, we'll be back next week with our box office report to see the results of Thor: Love and Thunder. For sure, it's going to be number one, no doubt.
Absolutely.
But we want to see what number it brings in. We'll have some thoughts about it. All right, thank you for watching InsideFlix. We'll be back next week with a new box office report. All right, bye-bye.